I just finished rewatching Revenge of the Sith for probably the 1967th time, and it got me thinking, who are the best Chosen One characters? And today I will be ranking a hand-selected batch of the most prominent Chosen One characters, and by the end we will know who is the best and worst Chosen One character, and this will be the definitive Chosen One tier list.
This is where the fun begins.
So let's look at the tier list here. I'll explain the tiers, but we'll start with the worst tier all the way at the bottom. Who chose this guy? You're basically thinking to yourself, who the fuck chose this guy? Why is this guy here? Get him gone. He's going in the worst tier. We move up to one tier better, could have been better. This character could have been better. They're not absolute dog shit, but they could have been better. We'll move up to good. We'll move up one more spot to almost him. These characters are awesome. They have so many cool character traits. They are one of the best characters in fiction, but they're just not at that top dog spot. And then that top spot is the Chosen One, the best Chosen One character, the Chosen One of all the other Chosen Ones. Our first character up is Po from Kung Fu Panda. Po was chosen by accident, but still worked hard, and through pure heart and love of Kung Fu, he became the Dragon Warrior through his belief and hard work. And it helps he had some sick-ass villains to push him to be the best character that he could be. And for that, for everything, his character, writing, the villains, his overall story, I am going to put him in almost him. Excluding the fourth movie, that movie doesn't count.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Next up, we have Neo from The Matrix. I'd be lying if I said I was a huge Matrix fan. I enjoyed the first movie, but the rest of them are kinda dog shit. But despite the later movies being bad, he is still an interesting character. He deals with the questions of whether he is choosing his path or destiny is driving him to be who he is. He's reluctant to be the chosen one, but he is propped up by other people such as the Oracle and Morpheus's belief in him. He is a good character. I don't think he's as complex or interesting as some of these other characters, but by no means is he a bad character. So for that, I'm going to put him right in the middle at the good tier. Paul Muad'Dib Atreides. Paul is an interesting character because he knows he's not the chosen one. The Bene Gesserit planted this chosen one prophet story to enslave and keep control of the Fremen people and give them false hope. And Paul knows this from the very beginning. But slowly as the story unfolds, he starts to kind of believe this made up legend even though he knows it's not true. And that makes for a very interesting character. It's played out very uniquely and interesting in the movies. I have not read the books, so this is purely off movie Paul Atreides. From the two movies, I think his movies are phenomenal. He is a phenomenal character, and for that, I am going to put him in the almost him tier. He is almost the top spot. It was tough for me to decide between him and another character on this list. Lloyd Garmadon from Ninjago. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. It should have been Kai. Kai should have been the Green Ninja. No one will convince me otherwise. We're putting a new tier. Fuck it. We're gonna have a should have been Kai tier, and that's where Lloyd's bitch ass is going. He's a whiny, snotty brat that got chosen to be the Green Ninja over Kai. And people are gonna say, oh, but that's how their characters should have been to show their growth and that they're both growing and they both... Nah, that's complete bullshit. Don't let anyone sell you that absolute fabrication. Kai should have been the Green Ninja. Kai looks way better in the Green Ninja costume, all did he. I don't understand why the writers chose Lloyd. Awful decision. It's been like 10 plus years now. I'm still pissed about it. I haven't got over it, and no one will convince me that this was the right decision. Lloyd is going in, should have been Kai. Harry Potter. I love the Harry Potter movies. I grew up watching them. I've seen them a dozen times. I've never read the book, so this is purely based off of Harry in the movies. But Harry is a sick character. He is great in these movies. He does a lot of cool things. He achieves a lot. He beats Voldemort. He wins the Tri-Wizard challenges. Kinda, I guess, if you consider that a win. Rest in peace, Cedric Diggory. but he also kind of gets his ass carried through a lot of these movies. He kind of depends on Hermione and Ron throughout all these movies, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when I compare him to Chosen One characters, he's not all that much of a Chosen One character. He kind of happened to be this Chosen One character because of Voldemort's own actions, nothing because of what Harry Potter did, and that's not his fault, but for that, he's obviously a great character, but I am going to put him in good because I don't think he reaches that almost him tier. Emmet from the Lego Movie. At the start of this movie, he is the most NPC character that you'll probably ever see in a movie. He is shown to be unoriginal, uncreative, unspecial. No one really likes him because there's nothing that makes him unique.
We all have something that makes us something, and Emmet is nothing.
There you go. I told you I was a nobody.
Until he finds out that he is the special, that he is the chosen one. That leads him to think and do things that he never thought he could do. He was creative, he was brave, he did things that he never thought were possible. He later found out that the chosen one story was made up, and he still went on to do all the things that he learned how to do because he found out that you don't need to be called special or the chosen one, that you can just be the things that you want to be and change yourself while being yourself. He has a lot of similarities to Poe from Kung Fu Panda in many ways, but I really love Emmet's character. I think he's one of the better chosen one tropes, even if it is in a kids movie, in a Lego movie. I think they do a wonderful job, so I'm going to put him in the almost him tier. Anakin Skywalker from the Star Wars universe. Anakin was born from the Force itself. He is the definition of a chosen one. He was chosen before he was even born to fulfill the prophecy of bringing balance to the Force, which he later completed by saving Luke and destroying the Empire. Anakin's story is tragic, but there's a lot of relatability to his story, especially to people of my age group. Anakin's story starts out tragic, and it stays tragic pretty much throughout his whole story, but he is a great character, and with the additions of shows like the Clone Wars, there's a lot of depth added to Anakin that I think boost him up in terms of how good of a character he actually is. And I think at the end of the day, he embodies everything a chosen one character should be: the destiny, the prophecy, the tragedy. Anakin embodies it all, and it is told in a good enough way. There is some very poor writing, dialogue, line delivery in all throughout Anakin's prequel movies.
No. No, it's because I'm so in love with you.
But overall, I think they did a good enough job to get the point across. And I think overall, he is the best chosen one character and embodies what it means to be a chosen one. And for that, I am putting him in the best tier, the chosen one tier. I think he is the best chosen one of all the other chosen ones. Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. Now, I saw the first two Lord of the Rings a long time ago. I remember them being absolute walking simulator movies. Not too much going on. I know people are probably going to hate me for saying that, but I never connected to these movies or their characters. I never thought Frodo was that interesting of a character, especially compared to the other characters on this list. I'm not going to disrespect him completely, but I am going to put him in the tier could have been better. Rey Skywalker or Rey Palpatine, whatever you want to call her, this character is absolute horse shit. And not because of the actress or the writing, even though the writing is dog shit. It pretty much completely undermines everything George Lucas did with his 6 Star Wars movies. If you consider the sequels canon, which I refuse to believe they are, Rey is technically the chosen one and not Anakin, which is dumb as hell because Anakin risks his life and saves his son by killing Palpatine and bringing balance to the Force, but you bring back the Empire with the First Order a few years after this, and then you bring back Palpatine.
And it confirms the worst. Somehow Palpatine returned.
So Anakin's sacrifice and everything he did as a character was completely pointless, and I hate that decision. I think it's awful. I don't think this is a controversial take whatsoever. I'm putting Rey in who chose this guy. And finally, we have Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. She never wanted to be chosen as a chosen one. She was never really a chosen one, to be honest. She volunteered to protect her sister, and against what she wanted, she became a symbol of a rebellion. And she is a good character, and these movies are good. Her story is told well with good movies and good side characters, but nothing that stands out too much, nothing that is too special. So for that, I'm going to put her in could have been better. There you go. There's the definitive tier list for chosen one characters. Even though this list is definitive, I'd love to hear if you guys would change anything, where you would put other characters, and what are your arguments for certain characters being in different slots. Thank you for watching.